la la. Oh, nothing. Just putting on my mascara. Hi. Welcome, everyone. So, we're going to have a nice little chat today. I am like 2 minutes late. I like to be on time because that's what I expect for my life to be. Everything on time. As divine as life is, everything happens on time, and so that's what I like to also do. But I'm actually 3 minutes late because I had to go and get some water to have to drink as well. Because it's kind of warm today, actually, here at least in Maryland. Welcome to my page. Welcome to Your Beauty in Bloom. Welcome to my home. I'm Jennifer Hutchison Taylor. I am a certified master herbal therapist, physiologist, Reiki practitioner, doula, and I help women to live a natural and holistic life using herbs, using nutrition, and mindset. And today I'm coming to you all to talk with you about imbalances in the body. Okay, and it's going to be a close connection to the stuff that we call makeup. Mascara here, I'm going to talk about all of this stuff that I have. And the people that have known me for years, know that I never wore makeup. I started wearing makeup this summer. Okay, so I'm 32 years old. And we're going to be talking today about imbalances in the body and how these discomforts that we have, and I'll talk about what I mean by discomforts, that we have in our bodies usually means that there's an imbalance there. Okay? There is an imbalance in the body. And I'll explain exactly what that means, all right? So stick with me for about 30 minutes here. I'm going to just chat, okay? So if you're coming in here, welcome. Go ahead and give me some hearts. Don't forget to share this broadcast. Share the broadcast, okay? Share it with people on your own timeline. Share it in the groups that you're in. Even if it's a group that is not about health and wellness, somebody might need this information that can help them today, tomorrow, next year, whatever. It's just spreading the seeds, okay? I just talked with someone, Sister Latrice, and, one of the things is like, my company is Beauty in Bloom. The motto is natural healing to rediscover your feminine energy. However, it really means keep blooming, keep planting more seeds as well. I believe in generational wellness, and I'm going to trademark that term. Generational wellness, because we want to keep planting these seeds in people's minds, and that's what you do when you share broadcasts. That's what social media is for. Everybody uses it for different reasons, but please do share this broadcast. All you have to do is click on that button down there, share it with your friends and family and people that you don't even know. Maybe they will get something out of this, planting a seed within them, okay? So like I said, I am Jennifer Taylor. I am 32 years old. And I want to start out with, I'm telling you that for a reason. I want to start out with a story basically about my life and what I've gone through to get to this point where now I feel comfortable wearing makeup. Am I good at wearing makeup? No. Do I put a lot of makeup on? No, but sometimes it does look like I do, but I really don't. But anyway, let's see who's here. Can't see who's here. It says someone's here lurking. I grew up in a small town in South Carolina, okay, a small town in South Carolina. For about the first 8 years of my life, we lived on a dirt road. Dirt road life, so you know what that meant. Country roads. My grandfather had chickens and roosters, and that was his, he had game chickens, so it wasn't like just chickens for eggs. It was a serious life, country life, okay? My neighbors, they had a farm across the street. They still have that farm. I don't know how well it's doing, but they still have a farm. They even had a cow next door, which I don't remember the cow, but this is farm life, okay? This is how I grew up. Every Saturday, and my grandmother too, I'll talk about my grandmother who may she rest in peace. But she was a cook. She would cook everything by hand. I mean, by scratch, from scratch. Sorry. You know, kind of just thinking about her, it puts a little, you know, get a little sad a little bit thinking about her. But just, she was a really amazing woman. But she would cook everything, you know, from scratch. So biscuits, and we would eat fatback every single morning almost for breakfast with grits and cheese and salt. And that's how we would live, okay? And every Saturday we would fry French fries, and we bought, you know, frozen French fries. These are not cut up potatoes. Nobody's cutting up potatoes in 91. Frying them, basically boiling them in oil, vegetable oil, on Saturday mornings so we could watch Soul Train, you know, stuff like that. Having birthday parties with a huge birthday cake with all these different colors in it. All of them are red number 40 and blue dye, blah, blah, blah. And then eating Cheetos and cheese doodles, right? Okay, and some of you may live like that now, okay? And I'm not judging anybody. That's the way I used to live. But I changed, okay? And I'm telling you that because change can be a reality for you if you want it and if you're looking to do it, okay? It can be your reality. Now, when I was in middle school, I would get these strange, like, tingling feelings on my body. On my arms, I would just feel like I had to scratch, but it was nothing really to scratch. It was just a feeling of tingliness. And I'm going to talk about that. Somebody please remind me to tell you what that is. I don't want to give it away right now. Maybe you'll guess what that was when I was in middle school, feeling like that. It was very strange. Of course, I wanted to look cute, right? In middle school and get interest in all the guys and boys. So I wanted to wear lipstick. I wanted to wear lip gloss, even that really shiny gloss. If you're a 90s, if you grew up in the 90s, you know what I'm talking about. That really shiny gloss that came in that little tube that looked like Kool-Aid, shiny Kool-Aid gloss, right? I wanted to wear all that stuff. I wanted to wear the perfume, and I wanted to be, you know, beautiful, okay? And I read today post, and I shared it on my page too. So I had a price to pay though for doing all of that, okay? And I shared this post, and it said that it takes courage to endure the sharp pains of self-discovery. And that's the way I see it now. I see it as self-discovery right now. That I went through all of that stuff so that I can just rediscover, open up the part of me, you know, I went through this pain so I can open up the part of me that was going to help me realize that I can have a better life. And I talk to people, I talk to clients, that's what I try to tell them, or try to get them to understand. That your life can be better. You can be those people who you aspire to be like. You can be that 90-year-old woman who looks beautiful and gorgeous, and you're like, wow, she could do it, but I can't. Why? Why do you think that you can't? So anyway, that's a different topic. But that's, you know, what I saw in that post was that, you know, sometimes you endure all of these things and all this pain and frustration and discomfort in your health so that you can dig your way out of it. Okay? Some people don't. Some people just wallow in it. Other people dig their way out of it, and I help people do that. I help people to encourage your way and get you out of that. So anyway, I was also getting these terrible breakouts on my lips. That was the worst part of the eczema, okay? I remember going to the beach with Junior Civitan group, this volunteer group that I was in, going to the beach, being so frightened out of my mind because I knew the last time that I used sunscreen, my arms broke out. My lips broke out. Like, doesn't that sound crazy? If you've never had your lips break out, you have not had pain. Breaking out your lips is so painful. They're red, they're blistering, they're in pain, they're hot. Okay, that's the ultimate inflammation almost there. Inflammation is the symptom of pain, of heat, of redness, and of swelling. I think there may be a fifth one, but I think swelling, Pain, heat, and redness are the main things for inflammation. And your lips feel all of them when they break out. And that was just something I dealt with for a long time. And I was afraid also that people would make fun of me. You know, I was in high school trying to look cute, and people probably would make fun of me if I had bumps all on my arms, my lips were huge compared to when they were, you know, a week ago. So obviously I was having breakouts. That's something that you internalize so much. Even to this day, sometimes I see myself, you know, trying to put on stuff to moisturize my lips. And what I would do back then was to wear Vaseline every night. I would cake on the Vaseline all over my lips because I didn't want to wake up that morning with a breakout. And that's what would happen if I didn't. And I'm being very transparent with you right now. That's what would happen with me if I didn't put Vaseline all over my lips. That's what I was thinking up here. This is my only way to get out of this. The Vaseline is a whole nother story. You know, education and understanding. You know, things, you know, you just find things that have an immediate, and I'm going to talk about this too in my group after this talk. We look for immediate relief a lot. Okay? And we don't look, you know, at that time and going through college and being a young adult, that time I was also looking for just immediate relief. I have to get up and go and talk to people today. I don't want my lips to be so blistered and so hurting, you know, so much. I wouldn't be able to handle that. I wasn't thinking about long term. And that's the key, long term. And when I started to change things in my body, change my diet, change my mindset, using natural medicine, using natural products, that's where I started to see long-term change, where I didn't have to go each day wearing the Vaseline just so I can get to the next day. No, I was able to go years without wearing Vaseline. You see what I'm saying? Because I changed the root problem. The root problem, okay? So I told also my story on Facebook, in my Facebook group, about these terrible breakouts that I would have, you know, eczema all on my neck. You know, I had to wear scarves to work in the springtime, beautiful day, and I'm wearing a big old scarf because I didn't want people to see all these, you know, things on my neck. It's terrible. So I said enough is enough. And what was really hurting me was just being, like I said, just being okay with things every single day. Just looking for immediate relief, immediate relief, immediate relief. But what I needed to do was put the work in to see the change that I wanted every day of my life, for the future, for my children's future. You see what I'm saying? And it doesn't take that much work, okay? I couldn't let others also hinder my health. I was doing things like, you know, wearing the latest perfume or wearing the, you know, whatever, but it was hindering my health because I wanted to look a certain way and be a certain way in society, okay? And it was really hindering my health. So there was an imbalance, and when there is an imbalance in the body, it's usually very subtle. We talked about this in my group as well. It's usually a very subtle thing that's building up over time, okay? I'm not going to talk too much about eating certain foods. I'm going to leave that for my groups this afternoon about emotional eating, okay? But one thing is constantly detoxing. Now, your body is detoxing all the time, all right? And I talked about this a little bit on Monday, right? So some people argue that you don't need to detox because your body already detoxes. You don't need to do that. But the thing that don't understand, and that is true, your body does detox very well, okay? And that's the system that is built into you. However, the thing that you understand is that you're taking in more toxins in your body every single day that outweigh the toxins that your body is cleansing every single day. So what do you have? Imbalance. I don't know how many times I have to say the word imbalance. But it's the only thing that is wrong with your body right now. I can say that with confidence. If you're dealing with anything right now, there's an imbalance. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay? Chronic or acute illnesses, it's an imbalance. And there's also a bioaccumulation of usually there's a bioaccumulation, meaning there's more and more toxins. The more you're exposed to certain toxins and pollutants, the more you're going to have in your body, especially if you're not doing anything to cleanse it. So there's an imbalance that occurs. Now these subtle changes, these subtle imbalances that occur over time accumulate. And then they start to fester and they linger. And then that's when you have things like acne come up, popping little bumps on your face. You have rashes, you have bloating, you have thinning hair, brittle nails, poor eyesight, lack of memory, energy low. Okay, these are all outward signs. Outward signs, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. These outward signs are showing you, your body's like, listen to me, listen, there's something not right here. So I'm gonna put this big fat nasty bump on your nose so that you will look at me and go within yourself to understand what's going on. Where's my chart? I'm gonna show you this. Where's that? So for example, my mentor, even though I never worked with him personally, but I've read all of his books and very, I mean, he's always on point. I would say 90% of the time. It's right here. Your body is talking to you. Your body is set up and organized in a way where you should be able to read it and listen. And then act accordingly. There's nothing to find out. There's nothing to, I'm not trying to say discover. Your body is telling you. There's no book that really needs to tell you. Your body is telling you. So if you know this and are able to read into this and be able to start to tap in more and more. Yes, you have a guide here, but this guide is not your face. Now you have to take the information and use it for yourself and listen to your own body and then act on it. So anyway, your body is telling you something is wrong right now. Okay, something is wrong right now. Do something about this imbalance in your body. And so what I did, and I talked about this before, you know, I had anxiety, I had anger issues, I had, I was eating meat and dairy too. Okay, it wasn't just the emotional stuff. Yes, I ate fatback and cheese doodles and ice cream. I would emotionally eat and all of that. I've been there. I know exactly what that is and what that feels like. I was able to, and people don't like when you say this as a health coach or whatever, but I was able to love myself enough to change, to not see it as a sacrifice to not buy the ice cream, but see it as I'm living. And I'm not just living, I'm thriving when I don't do that. When I don't wear the toxic stuff. When I don't put on the toxic perfume. When I don't use the Glade plugins. When I don't eat the ice cream. When I don't go out to eat and choose poor foods. So that is, hey Carla, yes, cheese is the main, every time I talk with someone, cheese is always what they tell me that they can't get over. It is a drug, just like sugar. And you know why? There's so many reasons why, and I can't even talk about them all, but a lot of it comes from the sexual innuendos in food and food commercials. Most of them have cheese in them, and you know what cheese means. Okay, I shouldn't have to explain it or say it. But that is exactly why people can't get off of cheese, and that's exactly why people can't get off of sex. Now, nothing's wrong with sex. Sex is a beautiful action, or it's amazing. It brings a life into the world. But the way that it has been portrayed in this country, and I can talk all day about this, but I've been seeing so many breastfeeding comments and posts and whatnot, and people talking about breastfeeding and how this and that, have different opinions about it. It's like, good Lord, nothing's wrong with, I should be able to show my breasts and you not be sexually excited about that. But you see what the government, or not the government, well, government too, but you see what the media has portrayed, has pushed so much that we're having to kind of push back on that, when it shouldn't have been pushed on us in the first place, of thinking that this is sexual. It's too much. So anyway, that's cheese. Okay, well, that's part of cheese. Let me get back to the topic here. So now what do I put into my body? How am I able to wear this makeup? Healthy, life-giving foods, water, positive and productive thoughts. Positive and productive, proactive. So not just, I think I'm good, and not really knowing if I am good or not. Reading my body and seeing if I'm good. Being still, hearing my stomach. If my stomach is growling or if my stomach is bubbly, something's not right. Do something about it, Jennifer. Okay? Negative thoughts, I talked all about that on Monday. All right? They're the most disease-causing of all. Connecting with the earth. That's one of the best ways that you can start to tap into your body, understand your body, because you're getting still and you're being, with nature. That's very supportive and very nurturing of you. And it puts your body into this nice flow. Okay, I cannot explain it. There's no words for it. You just have to experience it. Being out with nature, being in the sun, eating vegetables out of the ground, whether you have a garden outside or a garden in your window, growing plants, growing herbs, taking the herbs as medicine, using the herbs in your cooking, being out there in the sun, getting your feet dirty, whatever, touching the earth will balance your body as well. Okay, so almost every day I was having these breakouts, and people at work would come and they would wear their perfume, because I don't really know why. I assumed that they were trying to cover up a scent that they had, which was, I guess, a bad scent. I don't know the reason why at this point. And I didn't know back then too, but I was okay with it because it seemed like the norm. But now I'm just like confused about the whole situation, and I see that there's no need for artificial fragrances. There's no need for artificial fragrances. Because there's fragrances all over the world, all over in this earth. Flowers, grass. We all have our own scents and pheromones. There's enough fragrances on this earth and naturally to be able to scent, be able to satisfy any scent that you want, that you desire. Okay? These types of artificial fragrances actually mask and clog the pore. They mask your natural scents, and they clog your pore or your nose. Okay, and anything that has an artificial fragrance to it is really clogging your pores on your face as well. So like these artificial fragrant lotions and creams and moisturizers as well. They also, anything with the artificial fragrance is going to dampen the sense of smell that you already have, your natural sense of smell. And I talk about this in my blog post on Natural News. So if you go to blogs.naturalnews.com, and Natural News is a very huge deal. I'm excited about that, but I'm in Natural News, and my blog post is on organoleptics. Organoleptic means that you have the natural ability to identify based on your smell and your sight and based on your senses. You're able to identify foods and if they are healthy and vibrant and ripe. What do you need to be able to do that? Sight, smell, touch, maybe, taste. So we have this natural ability, and it gets blocked by artificial fragrances. So read my blog post on that on Natural News, and I'll post a link for that as well. So the solution to smelling good is not perfume for the ladies, okay? The solution is not perfume. The solution to not having bad breath is not toxic fluoride. And yes, fluoride is toxic. It has many studies, many countries actually have banned fluoride. And fluoride, one of the main things that if you don't take anything away from this video, you think I'm just lying throughout the whole thing, please take this. Fluoride will damage your pineal gland. Okay? It will damage the pineal gland, which is the most dangerous of its effects. But it has many other dangerous effects. But that's the main one. Okay? And I hope that's enough to get you to stop using fluoride. The solution to looking beautiful is not wearing toxic makeup. Now, you probably are coming on here like, wait a minute, what is this? I'm gonna talk about it in a second. Chlorophyll is the key. Okay, chlorophyll is a natural deodorizer. Eating a diet high in vegetables. Okay, fruits and vegetables, but mostly vegetables. Did you know you don't really need that much fruit? And there's a evolutionary reason why you don't need very many fruits. Because we don't really need sugar. It's unnecessary really for your body. Okay, we need a little bit of sugar, but we can get most of our sugar from grains and some starches. But even fructose sugar, we should still kind of cut back on that as well. Because a lot of people want to go, they want to say, I'm not eating any more sugar. I've been off sugar for, 2 years now. I don't drink any more sodas. But you're like taking in a lot of fruit. And that's what I used to do too. You're taking in a lot of fruit. And remember, well, some of you remember if you're watching this, I talked about the Candida diet and how if you are susceptible to Candida because of stress, antibiotics, or whatever, the sugar from the fruit is also going to be poor for your health. Anyway, fruits and vegetables, leafy green vegetables, and also using those same green vegetables and those same things that are growing out of the ground in your backyard, like dandelion, on your skin, on your outer body. Coconut oil has gotten a huge boost in mainstream, is mainstream now. Everyone wants to use coconut oil. Coconut oil is a plant. Remember that. Coconut oil is a plant. Or it comes from a plant, okay? So remember that these things, always I hope some of you are catching on to what I'm saying, is that everything that's good for you is coming from the earth. Okay, some things will kill you from the earth, yes. But if something is good for you, usually it has come from the earth. It has not been grown in a lab or created in a lab. Okay? So chlorophyll is the natural deodorizer. And I will never forget that my mentor, once again, Dr. Africa, he said, he's so funny and so true. When someone asked him, why doesn't he wear any deodorant? What's his deodorant? He says, my diet is my deodorant. Deodorant is my diet is my deodorant. And, am I telling you to stop wearing deodorant right now? No. Am I telling you to, that you stink or whatever? Like, am I being hard on you? No. I just want you to understand that there is a different way and there is a journey that you can take to get there. That's it. Okay? It'll take some time. It'll take some effort to balance your body. So you're not dependent on these artificial fragrances. That's one thing that people can try to, that's one place to start, is say, I am not going to be dependent on this. Because a lot of us we get so attached to it that we just cannot break free from the things that are holding us back to living a life without acne, living a life without eczema, living a life without bad, rashes, psoriasis, or whatever, headaches. Sinus infections, all of these things are very, very closely connected with artificial fragrances in the home. If you remove them, you'll see a big change in your migraines. So just thinking about that, start to think about what you can do little by little. Now, I went 32 years without wearing makeup. Partially, I'll say partially, because there are other reasons why I didn't wear makeup for a long time either. But that's for a more social talk. Okay, we're talking about health now. I was too allergic to it, right? Okay, but I did some things. I changed things for myself over the years. I also, so I was able to rebalance my body. Where I don't have the breakouts of eczema anymore on my neck and whatever. Okay, and but did I go back to just go to, did I go to the Mac store, or did I go to, I can't even think of a store right now, Belk's or JCPenney, I don't know, whoever sells makeup. Did I go back there, or even just a cheap store? Like, did I go to Walmart and purchase some cheap makeup because now that I'm good, I can wear whatever I want now? Did I go there? No, because I knew that that's the stuff that made me sick in the first place. Those are the artificial things that made me break out in the first place, that I was using for too long. I was using the Vaseline for too long, and every time I used it, it was putting chemicals in my body that were building up and building up and festering, and I wasn't cleansing myself. So that was causing me to have eczema breakouts. Can I pinpoint exactly what the toxin was? No, but I know that the things that I did in sequence for years caused eczema breakouts, okay? And then the emotional stuff on top of it, the stress and everything on top of it, exacerbated it. So what did I do? I rebranded my business. I said, you know what? For a long time, I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but for a few posts that I had posted, I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about this natural makeup that I've been using. But I never did. Why didn't I? Because I wanted to make this a very important point, because for a long time, 32 years of my life, I didn't wear makeup. And so like I said, there's a whole other reason why, but this is a very important point, because for women, because I'm working with women, makeup is a big deal. A lot of people wear makeup to cover their acne, cover their scars, cover their, dark blemishes and whatnot, because they haven't done the work prior to that. And so I want to make this point that I did the work prior to wearing the makeup, so that I don't have to wear it, or I can wear it. Either way, I'm still beautiful, I'm still balanced, I'm still happy with myself. So I'm not using the makeup to cover up something within me. I'm using the makeup to enhance what's already there, what I spent. I'm getting teary-eyed, because it's a really important point to make. Because this really is important for people to understand. I didn't choose to wear the makeup to try to cover up something. I chose it to enhance the work that I put in. And I hope that makes sense. To enhance it so people can see the life that I'm living better. Because people equate beauty with health, even though a lot of times it is fake. A lot of times people put on this shell on the outside of them, but inside they're hurting. Inside they're out of balance. Inside they're sick. Inside they're angry. But they put on something so they can feel better about themselves. And I wanted to show you that that doesn't have to be what you're going through. You can do the work, put in the work, and then enhance it even more with a natural solution. So that's what I wanted to share. And that's why I took for a long time to talk about this makeup. Like, I've been using it for a few months now. And for some reason, I was like, you know what? It's not time yet. It's not time. Maybe it's not even time right now to talk about it. But I feel like it's coming through for a reason. But for a long time, I didn't talk about it, because I was like, you know what? I need to put the words together right. Because it means a lot for some women. I've been seeing a lot of self-esteem, very low self-esteem women, defeated mindset women, And it really touches my heart that a lot of times we're putting our best effort, but we're really, when we go home, and I talk about this a lot too already, or I have talked about this before, is that when we go home, when we're by ourselves, we are a different person. What I hope my legacy that I leave is, I want you to be happy with that person that you are when you're home by yourself. Why am I crying? I don't know. Maybe I'm about to start my period. I want you to be okay and loving and nurturing and happy with that person when you take off that makeup, when you take off that bra, and when you take off, you know, those fancy clothes or whatever. When you take off the girdle that you have maybe were wearing. I want you to be happy with yourself when nobody's looking. And that takes time, it takes work. If you are completely not happy with yourself, it's going to take time, it's going to take work. But you can get there. You don't have to have this defeated mindset. You don't have to just wish. You don't have to just admire somebody else for doing it. You can do it. Let me talk about this makeup. So, I purchased some makeup. It's called 100% Pure. Okay, and they have some really nice stuff. Like, the only thing about it is that it's extremely expensive. At least it's expensive for me, because I'm a DIY person. If I can't make it myself, I'm kind of like, I don't really need it. But this is some good stuff here, and I'll read off some of the ingredients. So this is like a this is all gross and messy now, but this is some of the let's see, this is a luminizer, blush, and eyeshadows. Okay, so the luminizer is here, blush, flaxseed. These are the 3 eyeliners: flaxseed, toffee, and chestnut. Okay, these are all 100% plant-based. All right, so they have things like rice starch, rose hips, avocado butter. I'll just read off some of the names: cocoa butter, raspberry leaf, cherry, chamomile, pomegranate. Nothing in here that I don't know or can't look up and find, or can't pronounce. Tomato fruit extract, blueberry extract. I'll open it up again if you're coming in. Vitamin C, vitamin E, rose petals, strawberry extract, pomegranate extract. Let's see, there is mica, chamomile, or is that one? Goji berries, avocado butter, cocoa butter. Yeah, and that's in all of these. Really a better solution, okay? And I'm just giving you this if you're interested. And then I have the lipstick here as well, 100% plant-based lipstick. I didn't look up the ingredients, but this is also a black tea mascara. Okay, black tea mascara, and it has some other things in it too, some oils in it that I know. I can, if you're interested, I can post the links for this. You can look at the ingredients, but 100% natural, plant-based. All right, because I love myself enough to not go back, to not fall for the poor habits that I had before. If you want to learn, I'm going to keep this much longer, but if you want to learn how to not just know about stuff like this, not just buy it and maybe use it, not just, going every day like I was, remedying what's right in front of me for that day. If you want a sustainable lifestyle where you feel like I said, when you go home by yourself and take off everything, are you happy with yourself? If you want that kind of life, or you want to start living on that kind of journey to get to that point, sign up for my Holistic Life course. I am extremely 100% confident of this course. Have put sweat and tears into this course. The link is in the description here. Learn more about it. Can I write and can I explain everything that the course will offer? As much as I can. But let me just tell you, this is the kind of stuff. If you want to learn about this stuff, but actually do it as well in your own life, and not pretend that you're doing it, and not just admire somebody else that's doing it. You want to do it because you deserve the health that you desire to live longer. Sign up for the course. Call me, talk to me, send me an email, send me a Facebook message. I'm available for you to talk with. That's all I want to say, okay? The course starts on, the opening for the course is on Monday. And I'll be running some promotions for the course as well next week, only through my email list. I'm not posting stuff on Facebook. If you want to have this information, if you want to join the course, if you want to get the promotion, you have to sign up for something. I'm not giving this stuff freely anymore, okay? I'm talking about, the promotion type stuff. So there'll be promotions through the email list. So that means you have to put your email address in, and I'll send you an email when there's promotions next week. Okay? So you have to put in a little bit of work too. There's an exchange of energy always. I've done the work for you. Education about different things, my own experiences, what I do on a daily basis. Now it's up to you. It's your choice. Okay? With love, thank you so much. Keep blooming and planting new seeds. I'm Jennifer Hutchison, Taylor of Your Beauty in Bloom. Peace.